But one of the things that we found through our research is we know that compassionate values are in fact an enabler for action, particularly when working with young people and helping to nurture and bring to the surface those compassionate values. Our own research found that, as I say, compassionate values in young people were also associated with compassionate action. It's obviously not rocket science, but we did the research and looked to find out whether or not this was the case. And we did find that the more that young people demonstrated that they prioritised compassionate values, then the more that they cared for other people and nature, the more that they took action to help other people and nature, and the higher self-efficacy they had. As educators, it's really important that we are mindful of the values that we are activating and reinforcing through our work.
And so when we think about trying to inspire young people to take more action, we do need more education about the environment. And of course, it's important that young people know about the environment and know the things they can do to help. But this is still unlikely to be sufficient on its own, because we have all these barriers and these other influences. And we need to think about how we can try and break down some of those barriers.
So what our research also found, similarly to the adult research, is that the less that young people perceived other children, adults and wider societal groups to be compassionate, to care about and to take action to look after people and nature, then the less that they reported caring about people and nature themselves, the less that they took action to care for people and nature themselves, and they reported having less self-efficacy to take action. So in direct, contradiction to what we found earlier with compassionate values being a real enabler for action and self-efficacy around that action, then when that values perception gap really starts to emerge, that then creates a huge barrier to those young people.
And we'd like to challenge you to perhaps challenge the current practices in school. We talked a little bit about awards and competitions and how actually these can strengthen those self-interest values and motivate in the short term rather than the long term. So we'd really like you to perhaps challenge those.